I went on the search for something true.
I don't know very much about it. As a paraprofessional, I'm not privy to those meetings. What I know is more rumor than anything else.
Addison Central covers 7 elementary schools, a middle school, a high school, and we have an early ed program and a diversified occupations program. And each of the schools makes determination based on the needs of their kids. My position is oversight of programs, supports, and services for all students, specifically focusing on students with disabilities.
I was on the mend when I fell.
The state of Vermont developed this law called, the original law was called Act 153. And it looked at the voluntary consolidation of supervisory unions and school districts. So we're going from district-led, basically district-led programs to a centralized system for the provision of services. The intent of the law and my hope for the law is that it is going to provide greater efficiencies of services, greater effectiveness of services, and that we're also looking for more consistency of services across the entire supervisory union. So if you live in school district A, you might have this service. If you live in school district B, you might not have access to a service. And so how do we try to develop more and more consistency of programming across the supervisory union so that it doesn't matter what school you're in, you have a good program.
The shoulder blades of a beast that...
I'm hoping that it's not going to cause any significant changes to the way we provide services to our students. I think we have a system that works really well here. And so that I hope that centralizing special ed services in the district will not, we won't see, it'll be seamless, we won't see a lot of changes.
I am looking for, I'm not looking for major changes. I'm actually looking forward to a good deal of continuity in the coming year and years over what we're doing for programming for students who have different needs for their educational day.
I have never heard of Act 153. As you progress through the education system, meaning grade-wise, so when you go from elementary school to middle school, the system starts breaking down, and it doesn't work as well at the next school as it did the previous school. So right now, I have little faith in high school being able to do what we want them to do.
What's going to happen is we sort of have a professional staff and then we have support staff who are the paraprofessionals. And what this is going to cause is that all of the professional staff is going to be transferred over, and they're no longer be what we call UD3 employees.
All special education professional staff had to come to central office. Paraprofessionals is at the discretion of the supervisory union board. For this year, our decision was not to take on all of the paraprofessionals, that they will stay as local providers of services, and we're having conversations, so no decision has been made, but right now special educators will be employed by central office or by the supervisory union. Paraprofessionals are staying in their positions in their schools.
Right now there's a discrepancy in terms of pay across the district, in terms of UD3 teachers are paid at one level, whereas let's say maybe Bridport teachers are paid at another level. If all of a sudden all the professionals become ACSU employees, they're all going to be, everyone's going to be ending up getting paid at the UD3 level, which is the highest level. And so I think the thinking was that if we moved all the professionals in the district over, that certainly was going to be an increase in cost, because we're going to have a bunch of people that are going to be having an increased salary because they're now moving up to the UD3 salary schedule. And if we take all of the paras in the district and do the same thing to them, that's going to be a huge jump in terms of increase in money. And I guess my feeling is we're going to be there anyway, so let's do it once. You know, I don't think that's the way the district is going, but you know, if we're centralizing special ed, let's centralize it. And rather than kind of go through this 1 year with professional staff and then have to go through it again with paraprofessional staff. So that's just my personal opinion on it.
Our educators are the staff that need to be the most flexible. They provide special education services, they provide regular education services, they provide services for students at risk. They do recess duty and lunch duty, and they're so integral to their community that that's a piece that we've held off that decision on for now.
It's pretty specific, but I don't think the kids will notice a difference in terms of who they see for most of their day, and often their learning activities in a given day, those are going to be very similar 1 year to the next.
My heart like a kick drum.
I think there's always potential issues. I think that there's kind of those unintended consequences that some are going to be very positive, and I think there's a lot of unknowns, and right now the biggest issue is what are the unknowns.
I think that the outlying schools are going to have the more change, and I think it's going to be really hard. The IAs that are here understand our school, and if they don't have to move, which they probably won't because we need so many, that'll be a really good thing because they understand the nuances of our large school and how we work. But I think from the outlying schools, it might be really a hard transition for them to come in and work in a larger school.
My heart like a kick drum.
My opinion has changed. When the law was first enacted, I will be very blunt and say I did not agree with it. There was lots of conversation prior to it being enacted, and in thinking about how well it has worked in Addison Central, I wasn't sure that this was the right move. Having been involved I've been involved in state level conversations around this law. I've been involved in conversations with numerous special ed administrators, numerous superintendents, with the legislatures, as well as with people here. And I really do see the opportunities that are in front of us for collaboration, for programming, and really to look at effectiveness and efficiency, and hopefully some equity too.
Well, I like things the way they are. I see because I think students are served well here. I think we have tons of supports. It doesn't matter whether you're on an IEP, a 504 plan, an EST plan. We're committed to giving students the services they need no matter what kind of a plan they're on.
I think the more consistency there is across the district, the better. I think there already is, but I think this will allow for more consistency, being under the auspices of the supervisory union instead of individual schools.
But I think one of the common misperceptions is that all special educators are going to get fired. I have heard that a couple of times, and that is a very inaccurate misperception.
We hear that it's supposed to save money. I'm not sure. I'm convinced that it's going to do that.
One of the misperceptions that I've heard, that I hope it's not an accurate one, is that by having special education at the central office level or the supervisory union level and regular education still within the school districts, that we're creating two separate systems of services. My hope is that that is a misperception, and that we will continue to provide services to all kids in a very cohesive way.
I'm not sure they're misconceptions. I think people need to know more who are affected by this, and I think they need to feel that the process is smooth and that they feel okay with it. I don't know how it's going to change. I really don't.